And boop. Hey, hello, hello. I'm back again. Here we are. Bop. There we go. Set some of this back up. Hey, hello, hello. Alright. Got that little bit of delay there. So, no worries. Let it just catch up so I can see all your faces again. There we go. Okay. So I think this stream will be more of that video that I'm working on, the anime, Derpy anime version, OP. So this will be on my channel. I just thought it'd be fun to show it off a little bit here on stream here, as I know this might take a bit, and I'm working on a lot of other projects right now, so I might as well have some fun with it and try and show it off. And last time we had some storyboards, a little fun there where I wrote the script and we filled it in, where I got these different pictures and I added Derpy into each of these now, approximate locations. So I think today will just be more of a exploration of this, see if we can add a little bit more, or just more ideas, or I'll just kind of keep working on it. And because I got more stuff, I wanted to do layout stuff and animatic stuff today, so I have not opened any of these files since last time, so I'm just trying to reacquaint myself with what I got here. Okay, so this was the original vanilla kind of model that I have here. So we can get rid of that, so we can just focus on this version. Now I've already put her in here. There you are. So it should be the same library, same like totally model number here. This is DP 3/4 all copy. That's a copy because now your animated lines are actually different. So if I edit this one and bring it in, it'll say it's a different one, but it might, like this TP, just making technical mixture with my stuff. Okay. Ah, okay. That's why. Because you're actually just a line work. You're not the actual symbol version. Where would that be then? Is that here? Do I not have it? Did I make it in this version? That'd be interesting. Okay then. That might be what I did then. Cool. Oh, I have a lot of these now. So you're there. Don't need you. You're just the shape version. I know what I'm doing. That's that. Here's some blush, I guess. That's fun. You're animated line, which means that you're just lines. So yeah. I don't have this as all these symbols in that file. Okay. Now I know what's up. Okay. So that means I guess I could just, because I wanted to make some changes. Well, if I ever see any changes, now I know to just do it on this model instead of the one that is invisible here. That one. And the reason why is because as I highlight things, you can say like I could just take off this whole color here, the fill, bring it back. Yeah. Oh man, this is actually my older version, where you can see like how this line is not straight. Yeah, it's very bumpy, and I used the brush tool, which is a very loose tool. I wanted to also experiment maybe just a little bit right here with the pen tool and see if that's any worth my time. That's a pencil tool. I think that's the same thing, because I usually just use the brush tool and the line tool, so I wanted to see what the pencil tool does. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, is it kind of a tool that makes it very thin line and is very, does it actually, okay. So that's interesting. Yeah, I barely use a pencil tool. Maybe I should use it more often. It seems kinda actually worth my time. What, just technically... Oh, that's why. I don't use it that much because the keyboard shortcut is Shift plus Y. As I'm left-handed, I had to hold my right hand all the way across to even get it, yeah. Of course, I could put it onto a... I'm just talking to myself right now. I'm gonna see if the pencil tool would have been better than using the line tool and then manually adjusting each curve. Shift Y. So I'm just gonna maybe trace around one thing, maybe Shift plus Y to get it back in and see. Might have to do this curve a bunch. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm seeing the kind of complications now. It's because it makes its own points as you go. And if I want to change these points again, it won't make them straight or delete as I go. Whereas if I just had just a line tool, I could see like this is one curve and then kind of get it kind of close and then use anchor points and kind of make each side perfect. And then say, yep, that's kind of what I wanted. And then I have less points. So maybe I was gonna close my document. Haha. Saved it. You probably can't see that too well. Okay, I'll move on. Just wanted to see if that worked or not. Maybe if I worked on this, you know, that'd be easier or not. Yeah, I guess I could work on this now. Let me see what shot it is in. I think it's right after this, so yeah. So I named this to be Chibi, which is a more cutesy, deformed proportions, I guess, version of a character. So I just labeled it that afterwards, after I do this, and no background, but it might be a background. I might have maybe like a gradient kind of background. Grade. That's a little shorthand. Okay. How we doing, chat? Oh, what are we helping with? So I might go through the layout again and see if there's any more keyframes of any extra actions, but I think this is mostly just kind of my own kind of work on my own kind of thing. Can you hear me when I do this music? I mean, it shouldn't. I just feel like it's really loud and overpowering. Oh wait, I muted it. That's why. Cool. Yeah, the funny thing about the music, I don't know. It might take like 5 minutes to explain with that, so I might go over that later. I think I'll just kind of... Oh, maybe when I'm working on this, I can talk about it. Alright. So I might just play right now so you kind of get an idea. Let me unmute it. You can kind of hear what we can play against that song, because I know all of you love doing that. At least with all my videos. You always figure out what song I'm using. So let's see if this works. Gotta get some water. Yeah, something like that. I don't know if the music was too loud or not. Seems pretty rare for me. Okay. So that's kind of what we're working with now. And I'll go over how I made that music, because it's a almost original composition now, just how many times I edited it. Anyone pick it up yet? What it was? The tune, I guess? While I work on finalizing this Chibi version. Guess I could say it's from an anime. That might help you a little bit. Let's see where you are. I put it on 3 layers here, because I knew that it would be with my sketch, that I knew that I might want to change bits as I go. Like maybe I wanted the hair to be different, but because it would have been on the same layer, it would have been tricky. And I could see like my symbol for the head, what kind of size that would be. Might make this into a different symbols too, because I wanted to animate it maybe. And in the long run it'll just be easier anyway. Okay. Doop, 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 doop. So, looks like no one's figured it out yet, or wants to be the one to say yet. So, it's from Pokemon. It's the, well, it's because I'm kind of shooting with the anime, the Japanese version of the anime song from X and Y, of all things, yeah. So it's kind of old. So I stumbled upon it, just looking for different songs I can use for this video. And I thought like that had, you know, the perfect amount of punches and sounded really good. It was very electronic-y sounding and fun. That was my main point, was to have it very fun sounding. So I'm just going around and tracing my sketch right now. Make it a bit blurred out. Yep, there we go. So I had this, had the music, really liked it. And I said, okay, this is perfect. Now I'm a bit scared because it's actually, you know, a real song, you know. So I went ahead and tested it. I made a private video. I uploaded a private video with the song, and it got immediately copyright, and it would have been demonetized. So not only that it would have been demonetized for me, but it would have been how do you say? It would have been unavailable for anyone. It would have been unavailable for people in like 6 countries. So like America, Canada, Mexico, and a couple others. If you tried watching it in those countries, it would have been said unavailable due to copyright music. So I said, okay, I really like this song though, the music that we just heard, you know. So I try to figure out like how else can I zoom in further than that, beyond zooming. Let me call this skull. So I try and, you know, look up, you know, to see if there's any remixes online, to see if anyone played it on their own instruments, to see if that would work, and I couldn't find anyone that played it how I would have liked. And most of the remixes actually had, you know, the actual song as a backing track. That's my Windows. That's fine. It would have the backing song be the actual song, and then it would just play, you know, like a guitar or something over it. So I said, nah, that's still not enough. So I thought of something clever, but I knew it would take like multiple steps. This is more of a how to get away with copyright kind of lesson here. I guess, you know, guess it's okay to talk about it. I mean, it's not really a secret, you know. It's just having enough resources and stuff to just go ahead, and if you're smart enough to figure out all this kind of stuff, you're kind of already pretty good. So I said, okay, maybe someone uploaded a .mi MIDI file of the song, because I figured it would have been somewhat popular song for someone to like make a sheet music or a MIDI file out of it. This is not really people. No, it is. It's people. Peep, peep, peep. So someone uploaded the version is highlight. I can spell highlight. There we go. So someone uploaded the MIDI version of the song that I wanted. It was pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't lie that, you know, I probably couldn't do better. I'm not a musician. That's why I kind of takes a good word of other songs. As you probably noticed, a lot of my video songs are probably from Animal Crossing and other video game songs. Does she have two things? Okay. Making sure models are correct. So I kind of take those stuff, and it's just easier than... I guess I'm more familiar with it too, with those kind of melodies, with Animal Crossing songs. So I know what to look for, and to keep them kind of consistent as I go. So what I did was, let's see. So I took the raw MIDI file, MIDI file, and maybe I should add a little more detail here. Am I on? Sure. Okay. Make sure I'm not just muted right now. This is important. Kinda. So I took the file and where did I put it? I tried to put it into Fruit Loops first, but for whatever reason it can't read the file right. So it just kinda like hung there and didn't really do anything. Like it couldn't read it. Try that again. So I had to like try that again, and I didn't remember that MuseScore was really good. As it's a digital music scoring sheet music kind of program. I think it's free, so I was like, perfect. I've already had all these programs already installed and everything. I just don't use them too often. So I got MuseScore, and it had a very nice virtual music score that I was able to go in and then edit it a little bit, because there was like a couple trills in the music that go whoop, whoop, something like that, but like really fast, and if like any other instrument, it just sounded like awful. So I went in and then cutted those out and deleted them. Paste. There we go. Oh, this is kind of looking like Pop 2 Mimic. That's cool. Okay. So I did that. So now, like, all the notes are right. That's the way that I wanted it. And then I wanted the instruments to also be right. That's real good. Maybe she's like looking in. Ah, I see now. There you go. That's a bit tilted. Blech. Okay, so I went to MuseScore, got that ready, and then I used Cintiq, which is another music program that can also read MIDIs, thankfully. I was able to take my sheet music that I edited from that one guy, and then I put it into Cintiq, and these are lashes. I changed the instruments to be, it had like two instruments for the whatever the top and bottom two rows are, whatever they are. The treble and bass little thingies. Oh yeah, I am watching Pop Cheap Epic. I watched everything there, and I read all the webcomics just like after I watched the first episode and got hooked. So that's really fun. So I got back to the story, I guess. I went to Cintiq and I chose the instruments that I wanted, but because Cintiq doesn't have any record function, so I couldn't record what I made. So I had to use my streaming software that I'm using now to make a local recording of the Cintiq as it played. And then I took that into Adobe Audition, which is another kind of music, kind of audio editing program. And from there, I kind of cut it, because it had wasn't able to make a perfect kind of start and stop kind of thing with my streaming software recording. So I just had to edit a little bit, but not too much. And so that was really good, and then that made it into an MP3 file. So from all that, I now had the MP3 file that I was able to bring into here, and that's what I played right now, and that's what you listen to. So I hope that was worth it. And I did check it afterwards that there was no copyright, and I could play it in any country, and you would be able to watch it anywhere. So that's about how it goes, huh? Right. Yeah, but nobody. That's many other YouTubers probably would go to that much trouble. They probably would. In other cases, if you didn't have like 10 other programs like me, just lying around, knows, I would. If I didn't have all those other programs, I might just use the default. YouTube has a kind of default kind of not copyright what they allow kind of songs, which you might kind of hear over and over, which is also the other problem, which I didn't want to use, because I was getting kind of frustrated at the very beginning, where it's like I want this song, but then I didn't want to resort to the default YouTube Music. Yeah. Default copyright free music, because it seems like once you listen to it, it's like so annoying once you hear it like 100 more times. So liking that. It's looking good. A little bit more detail. So the default thing, so I think there's like a little toolbar or option thing when you're uploading a video for audio, and that's when it has a little library of different those copyright free songs that you hear everywhere that a lot of YouTubers now use. So, and again, might be easy, but that's why you hear it everywhere. It's kind of like that, the national anthem, pretty much with the xylophones or the Kickstarter music that you hear a bunch. If you listen to those, like all the xylophone music, it's just so annoying. I just get annoyed when it's just like you're not, you're not paying attention to, what other people do music for and other stuff. Like music has such a big role in video and audio, at least, video stuff, that you want it to be complimentary, to the video. And once you have like a default kind of thing, it just kind of ruins it a little bit for me. It's it's like, oh, you're using that. Are you using YouTube default music number 7 there again? Wow. This kind of loses interest for me. It's like, okay, I just almost can't stand it. So, as though I'm not a musician, like, in any way. It's just, you know, I'm having to resort to other means too, but I just don't resort to those default music that I'm calling it. Is there like a real word for what they call it? Because I barely use it. I think I have used it, like maybe like once, like when I was first starting. Like one of my first 10 videos, I probably used at least one of them, because I was like, wow, this library stuff is so cool. I can get music here too? That's incredible. I can't believe it. I don't have to, you know, be a musician to add music to my animation stuff. But yeah, after a while I was like, okay. I'll think I'll just, what did I use a long time ago? Oh, right, I used another website. Do I still have it as a, I think I got rid of it. Yeah. It was like free play music or something. Like those kind of copyright free other sites. That, you know, the ones that nobody else has really heard of or something. You do have to like, did I make an account? I might have. Or it's just Derpy always kept me in an account. But I would use that a lot. Remember in like my maybe like first or second year making animations, I would use that a lot. Like a lot. And then, you know, like my third or fourth year I would use Nintendo songs, or now mostly Animal Crossing songs in my latest videos. Not sure what I'm gonna do next. Let's see. Yeah, especially now. I don't know what kind of songs I might take from now. Or maybe I'll just figure out a way to compose music better. At least figure out how. Because I wanted to, you know, learn how to compose music. That was a thing for a little while. Not too much anymore, because I know that... Oh, I just read the comments. YouTube Hamster's Trance, number 9. Sounds in some Dreamscape? That sounds right. Yeah. Because I have all these, you know... Now I got all these sound, you know... making programs. I was just downloading the whole bunch of them. Like the ones that I talked about, but the... Fruit Loops works pretty good. Is that what it's called? Can I just double check? I know that there is a Fruit Loops thing. Or, oh wait, no. Wait, this is FL Studio 12. Yeah, that's what I've been using. Well, maybe FL is Fruity Loops or Fruit Loops. Yeah, we're just calling it that. Back to it. Yeah. Delete. A little tip with the Flash stuff is, if it kind of missed the point, if you miss 2 lines like this, and then you kind of figure it out, and you try to fix it, and like you don't know what's going on here. So I just kind of delete both ends and then just kind of start over. It's much easier to try to figure out that mess. So, yeah, look at that. I just tried moving it. I don't know what's going on. So I just kind of delete it and then restart it. And I've just been using the line tool for 3 or 4 years. Like pretty much constantly, so I know kind of the weird intricacies of using this. Like, you know, like I feel if I use, you know, Toon Boom or something, with they might have a better line tool, but this one has charm because it breaks so easy. It has a little more quirks to it. Makes it charming. What was I talking about? That's a good way to be a streamer. I'm getting used to it. Trying to get better. Okay. 'Cause I don't really talk too much in real life. 'Cause you're now my real friends almost. So I can now almost depend on to show up. That doesn't close yet. Yeah. There you go. That's easy. Hopefully. I mean, that's why I don't want to say that I'm talking to you more now than my family, but might get to that point if I start streaming, like, I wouldn't say like every day, but maybe I will. Never know. It's looking okay. We can fix it a little bit. Move this up. And because I didn't use the pen tool, I'm now seeing that's moving these little bits a little bit. Seems way easier than what I just practiced with earlier. I always want to accentuate hair, make it way bigger than it should be. Gotta get into the eyes here. And the thing about music is, I had no plan of what I was gonna say there. So, I thought I was gonna have something to say. Yeah. So I'll just talk about this. You guys are cool. It's pretty impressive that, because it keeps changing the different days that I'm streaming, and you always seem to be showing up, so gotta give kudos for that. 'Cause I'm seeing a couple of you are from other streams, so that's really cool for me to see, like, you guys are so determined and almost kind of loyal to these kind of streams now. I suppose a few of you might, check off, after about 10 minutes. But, you guys are really cool. The ones that really stay and will listen to me and actually interact with me. Yeah. And, yeah, for this stream particularly, I don't think there will be too much interaction to help. Just I'm kind of figuring it out myself as I go along to see what's good, what I think will be good. So, if you want to have any, general questions for me, like Q&A, like questions and answers for me, I'll be, because this is a good time for the whole stream, really, to just kind of ask me questions as I go along, so I don't feel too lonely again. Alright. That's looking all kind of squid-like here. All squid hair. Ooh, that's happening. Oh my gosh, that was a sound. And because I muted it. Oh man, some Russian dude, I guess. Is that right? Sorry if I can't pronounce your name, but thank you for subscribing if somewhere around here, maybe. Do I see you in the chat? Nah, probably not. So somewhere else in the world, I got that notification of you. So thank you. And maybe you'll see this stream. Alright. Yes, again, I should say this more at the beginning, that, please read, open the description below. I got tons of links there for myself, I guess, and let's see. Trying to use my mouse. Mouse is horrible. I should get a new mouse. What do I have in there? Oh yeah. Maybe I should define what a request stream is. What do you think? I think what I meant to say was, like, in chat, don't say draw Mr. Krabs, and then I would have to go over here and then have to draw him. This is more of a work kind of thing for my own stuff. Animation work. Not a drawing request kind of thing. Do you think I should say something like that to that effect, or do you think that's satisfactory? I'm just gonna play with all that hair right now. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let me hide those. Okay, so I got a little conflict here, so I'm just gonna figure out what's going on. Don't need that line. I'm leaning in real close. Real close. Ooh, maybe it's going ahead. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, good. That's fine. A little overlap's fine. Okay. Yeah. He says sometimes it gets lonely in chat. Yeah. Well, if you want your friends, maybe you can share this link around of the video and invite some other people of your friends to see if they want to hang out. Maybe you can chat with your own friends while you're in here. That'll be fun. And that's open for anyone else too. Just, you know, don't bring jerks in. We don't, at least I don't want to respect them too hard. If they're gonna be all cantankerous. What was I saying? Rowdy. I should add these highlights in, but I don't think I'll just get the basic one-tone colors in first. Actually, that's all good. There we go. Little cat mouth. It's kind of cute. Good. Alright, let's work on the body here. Get rid of this hair back here. This is... Ooh, my heater's going. Can you hear that? Oh, that's my thing there. Hair behind. Weird in the chat. I would love to get my keyboard art touched up and fixed as it is just clip art book. And really bad drawn Little Dipper. Oh man. Yeah. It's tricky stuff like that. With these kind of requests. I don't want to say like I'm too cool to do little requests, but as I feel, you know, as I do go into more professional kind of work, I feel like I need to only do paid work, I would say, commission work. So, because otherwise, you know, time is money, and I need to, you know, I can't spend, you know, if I get like 10 people or more, you know, if I get a person every day that says, hey, can you draw this little thing for me, you know, that'd be like maybe 10 or so hours that I could have spent on something else. I mean, that's kind of the sad truth of it. I mean, you've probably seen that a lot. Maybe like some Twitter posts or like how they would say, you know, all the crazy people that like, oh, can't you draw this for me for free? And it's like, it really does come down to that they just don't want to spend too much time because they know that we actually have important, you know, real work to do than just what you think would be fun kind of work. And then, you know, you also sometimes get this happening. I will again restart. That's happened twice again. Let's figure out how to turn that off. Does this work? It should be here. Oh, is it black? I'm trying to properties. I'm just trying to get the background color. Well, that's background color. That shouldn't work. Anyway, I'll be starting again real soon. I should have a thing for something broke screen than just this. Me having to rewrite this again. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back right now, real shortly, right after I figure out why. Close all. Save. I'm just gonna restart the program. Flash does crash, but that wasn't really a real crash. That was more of a things aren't showing up on the UI. So how we doing, guys? We have 5 watching-ish. Open recent. That one. Yeah, sorry, Soda, you were great last time with the snake colors. Boop. Is that the right one? Trying to reopen this files again. Ooh, I got scared. Some of the layers were hidden, so I thought they were erased. Okay, we should be good now. Let me get my mouse Bleh. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's my back soon. Yeah, it was black. Huh. Yeah, I should have a whole screen for that. Okay. Oh. Not just remembered in with my Twitch days, which were maybe like only like a week or so. I did make a couple splash screens like that. Well, that's weird. Oh, because the neck is invisible. That's why. That's that. I did make some splash screens for like Derpy kind of hitting the computer really hard or something, like, or she was like tapping on a computer, and but the cord to the computer was like unplugged, so it was like, you know, a little funny something there, a little joke there. That looks good. Okay, I think that color isn't too good. Let me get the other bits. This color and add it. Paint drop. Aha, that's good. Then we go back here and deselect that. Okay, we should be a-okay now. Okay. How's my mic? I feel like I'm kind of talking a bit quiet. But is that okay? Do you have to like, oh, my video output is low. Oh, are you guys having video buffering? Do you want me to like, I can't really restart the stream because it'll think it's a different video. Well, I'll be going for 40 minutes. What do you think I should do? Are we okay? Is anyone having any video or audio buffering from that? I'll just keep going from now until I figure that out in like 30 seconds when you actually catch up to me. Because I'm from the future apparently with this streaming stuff here. It's so weird. I wish the delay between me and you was much quicker. Hair. There. Reading the layers here. Come on. Neck. There we go. Okay. I guess should be all good. What's this? That's that over there. Okay. Yeah, because I had to restart it. A couple things were a bit off. Okay. You're good, no problems. Okay. Yeah, it's just on my live dashboard, which I can see all your chat, which is kind of live for me, which is a bit weird. Because I'm able to interact, I feel live, but like OBS getting to you is like 20 seconds. So, okay. So that took a bit for you guys to sort of respond. Okay. It should be all good. There should be all head stuff, and that's back here. And that's neck. Okay. So I can work on the body now. Save it. Okay. Okay. So I need these. Yeah, that's good. So I need a layer in between here. Should it be above neck? Yes. So these layers work as, you know, if we ever use like Photoshop, this is a very, very basic lesson. Is that the one at the top here? It's going to be the top lowest layer. It's like if you have a it's like a slice view of maybe like papers. Like if you have a stack of papers, those will be the top paper, and then those will be the bottom layer, bottom piece of paper. So I'm gonna. So I wanted something that would be above the neck, as this will be her collar, right here. I resetted my stuff here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So I wanted this to be more kind of bubbly, because this is very sharp edges, and I thought the Chibi version would have a little bit of a redesign and a bit more playful, a bit more fun shapes here, and I can also redesign it a little bit fun. It's not like she's younger or anything, I think. It's more of a style choice. There we go. This is, I always don't really know how to spell color. It's always weird. Do. There's no music because I don't want those xylophone songs again. I'm gonna make a circle because that's easier than having to draw a circle with the line tool, which is practically impossible. Because you could, I mean, you can make like a square and then bend and bow each of these, and it's like, yeah, it's not a circle. I was thinking about maybe animating this tie, so I'm thinking about how to animate it. Maybe like this will be blowing in the wind, maybe. So I'm trying to have each layer of these do different layers. So if they're in different layers, then Flash doesn't like when things are in the same layer. So if I had to tie in maybe like the head or skull or eyes in the same layer here, horizontally here, then Flash doesn't know what to do. So you end up like having, you know, characters or props that are like, you know, this big or like twice as big as that tall. Like I could see like maybe like a spider having, you know, a whole, you know, lengthwise of symbols for each leg. We have each leg could have like 3 or 4 parts to it. Ooh, got a question of favorite pony. So is that a real question? I'm kidding, but I guess more question would be besides Derpy, I guess. Tie. What would it be? Cause Derpy's my favorite, and who am I second? Ooh, okay. Let's see. Maybe I want to say like maybe like, maybe Fluttershy. I know I like Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, and maybe Lyra are fun. I think the background main 6 are really fun. I just like all of them. Not sure what Alex is saying about a crossover of Mario, Sonic, and okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's like answered it. Cool. Now we all know. Okay. I'm gonna draw a body torso. Should we? Yeah, because it's hidden behind the collar. That's the thing. Have you ever seen, like, you know, Hanna-Barbera cartoons? They would have, like, you know, Fred Flintstone or Yogi Bear would have this big collar or a big necktie. That was because it would be cheaper with their actual hand-drawn animation to have they could have different cell layers, like how I have different layers here. But more traditionally, they could have just the head layer, like what I have here, all on one cell, and then it could have the mouth be on a separate layer. And by having a collar, it will mask and kind of not really show the transition between the head and the body by having a tie or a collar to cover it up, essentially. I'm sure there's a better way to explain that, but that's kind of why a lot of them have ties. So gotta say that so I know what I'm doing. I'll just do one tone for now, because you can see like how this has a bit of shading, a lot more shading, where there's, you know, this hue and then this darker color over here. I must have missed, so we can see like I wanted this this area and this area to be different colors. And I drew this line. And I can see, oh my gosh. Frisk says, well, thank you, but why are you doing on this channel? Should you be on something else? I don't know. But thank you. I think your fandom is a bit messed up. We'll add that. There we go. I just said like that this line wasn't long enough to reach this corner here, this other line. So I just added another line, or I can manually move the points around to get that going. Okay. Okay. I will shape this a little better. Okay. That was looking good. Almost there. Kinda. So I need the dress, the arms, and the legs, and then the bubble. And then we'll be good. And I might add the two tones, but I don't know what lighting I might use, and that'll be, important to, shading. If you ever took any lighting tests or classes, you'll know that depending on where the light is, the subject will change the shadows and highlights accordingly. So I just kind of did this. It's more of a base kind of thing, because I figured the light, that's a big thing. Light's coming from this way and casting on here. If I had, a light over here casting onto her, it'll totally change how I would go about the colors and toning and shading and stuff. So I just kind of figured what would be the most basic lighting would be, what I had the light here casting down. Chat is looking pretty good. Ooh, yeah. Oh, Roundabout Storm, yeah, that was great. I don't think I watched all of it, but I love Phoenix Wright as a series. So, seeing that animation crossover was really fun to watch. It just got a bit kind of dragged down and a little convoluted to keep watching though. Which is, I don't know, that's kind of true to the Phoenix Wright series. Okay. And have you thought about animating in Clip Studio? Clip Studio, I don't think I'm actually too familiar with that name. I've heard of TV Paint, which I might actually start. I was starting to think about with TV Paint. I don't know. I just kind of fell in love with Flash, and each version of Flash would come with bug fixes and new tools to play around with. So I just kind of figured that this is just just about right for I had no issues with this program really, except that issue that we had like half hour ago, or where it just everything started to go in black. That never really happens on my own. It feels more of a streaming thing where if it's using too much CPU, that'll kind of break. So on normal times, a normal working, it works flawlessly really. It's when you push it to the limit with Flash that things start to break and crash much more often, it seems. So, and I've heard Toon Boom and other stuff, TV Paint and probably some other stuff are probably more geared towards animation, because Flash as a thing seems to be more multimedia kind of focused, it seems. You can, because it has the whole action script, this is output and compile errors, you wouldn't see this in the Toon Boom or TV Paint. Because with Flash you can, create video games, web games, or actual websites if you wanted, which never really took off too far as a thing. Just kind of died off of that. So when you hear people saying like, "Oh, Flash is dead," like don't use Flash, they're actually talking about the Flash player, which is actually pretty different. It's not totally, Flash. It's a bit complex to explain it, but when you say Flash is dead, it's not actually this animation program or multimedia thing. It's more for multimedia stuff that they talk about. That it's dead as a website or as a website kind of browser thing. Have you ever seen There She Is? Oh yeah, There She Is. It's a little animation thing. It's on YouTube, and it's got a rabbit. What was the other thing? Like a fox kind of guy. It's really cute animation, and someone made a pony version with the Derpy and the Doctor Hooves. So, yeah, I would recommend something like that. That's just a little. It's really it's old, so don't expect It's more of a time capsule now of what kind of animation was back then. At least web animation stuff. Yeah. Again, yeah, that as a Flash player. Of course, when you what is it? Control. When you like let me see. Oh, it's this one. There we go. So we got the you can see Flash Player 26, and there's a whole bunch of these that I could export to, and all of these pretty much are. I don't even know you can go all the way back. I'm sure older versions of Flash would have older versions of Flash players available, and because this is newer, they kind of got rid of ActionScript 2, and so that's practically dead now, I believe now. This is my file name. So I could export this as a SWF, which is how the animation it's compiled into a video file. And you can see like how it kind of also wants to default you into making a HTML wrapper, which is HTML is how websites are coded. And it's got all this fun stuff, but it's not the best now. Like, you'll probably be shunned if you try to make a Flash website now. Probably won't even work. Okay. Oh, now we're learning about Clip Studio Paint is used for high production, like animation movies, and it's got a lot of stuff in it. It's really good if you want to look at it. Okay. Yeah, maybe I will look into Clip Studio. I've heard like, maybe I'm getting that confused with actually Psy, the Photoshop equivalent thing. I don't know why. I'm just getting kind of confused with that. But yeah, maybe. I just seen TV Paint with that animator that he was like a Disney animator who like draws bears. He did some live streams with that, and it would show his work with that. I forgot what his name was, but he's really cool. Okay. Oh wait, I did do two-tone there. Maybe I'll just... There. Okay. Crisis averted with the neck. I will... That's a really chubby arm. I'll probably move things around. Proportions seemed about right though for what I want. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted her to like, kind of like lean back and hold on to the bubble. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. I think I'll just copy this whole layer as arm. And copy. No, that's destroy. Copy. And then below everything else. Yeah, behind. Between here. And there. Oh, it's really behind. Ah, got it. Okay. And then like that. Gotta tilt it. Okay. And that's about the position with this arm that I want it to be. And I kind of maybe bend this torso and everything back into it. Kinda want this to be below the collar now. I think that might be good. Ooh, a lot of chat. Lilac Sai. Simpler, but it made things. Why should you have a bow and collar? Derpy's best pony. Okay. Why should you have a bow and Chibi? Okay. Yeah, that's what I said before. I wanted to redesign it a little bit. Because, you know, I don't know. I just didn't want these, you know, sharp edges to be my cute, bubbly girl here. Because, you know, I can imagine it, you know, being something like this, and it just seems like that's a sharp angle kind of thing. So I just want it to be nice and bubbly. Like I might make this, you know, have no sharp edges in her. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of more fun. Create some kind of contrast a bit. Yeah, that's basically why. And I didn't want to draw colors right. Because you can see like how this has to have multiple layers between this bit and this bit. Would have to be different. I mean, I guess not, because the tie doesn't go beneath and then over on top. I don't know. It's fine. I think we'll move on to these little leg stumps here. Let's find out where this. I didn't call this skirt. Screet. Neck. This is arm. Behind. How we doing? What's good? Alright, pretty good. Yeah, Funko Pop. I think they kind of have the kind of chibi kind of style. With the really big heads and small bodies. Ooh, yeah, pizza's good. Just had dinner, so I'm a bit kind of tired out, a little zonked out here. Had some kind of Alfredo chicken for dinner, like just like 10 minutes ago. Wait, what? No, it'll be an hour ago. Oh, sheesh. So that was fun. It's really tasty. Just want to figure out how to. Yeah, I just wanted to keep the leg as simple as possible. So I kind of don't like this shoe. I didn't really like the original versions of the Quester Girls shoes and stuff. It just felt too toy-ish. Like it would be like kind of like how you would design a doll instead of a cartoon character. It's like a bit too big and crumbly, I guess. Like when you walk, it just looks like a clown trying to not trip over itself. Yeah, there we go. And maybe just like one little bit to show that it's a shoe. Yeah. Okay. It's looking good. We're rock and rolling here. Got this thing real fast and dangerous. I feel... Okay, I didn't. Thought I did something horribly wrong. I think I will add this yellow bit here. This little stripe here. Okay. Let me figure out how to zoom back out. Okay. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, that's the leg. I think if I just copy that over, we'll be good for the drawing bit. Okay. So this is, what I call a leg or foot. It's a foot. Copy. And paste. Hey, it's even in the right spot. Cool. Move it a bit. Tilt it. There we go. It would save it for me. Every 10 minutes. Boop a doop. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll fix this a little bit. Maybe I should draw the bubble first. Yeah, let's get everything drawn first, and then I'll worry about making everything a symbol and then kind of adjusting and moving the symbols around. This was other foot. That's 4. Okay. And that's foot. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Do you want me to... I guess this isn't... Yeah, it's kind of up to you. With the design of this kind of screen, do you feel like you're not zoomed in enough or too far zoomed in? Or because I wanted to make a little border around here, and I was thinking about having face cam, whatever you want to call that, webcam, face cam. So yeah, I was just trying to toy around with maybe some kind of different layout to the stream. I'll have to, you know, totally play around with where to put my face if I wanted one, because I don't own a webcam that I think will be ready to do that kind of work. I have a normal, you know, like the phone, which I can probably show, that can connect to the computer. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. What was I saying? I got distracted. Yeah, I don't have a... I can use my phone as a kind of webcam. The problem with that is it's my phone. So I tried to figure out how to make it so it wouldn't turn off after like 10 minutes of an activity on my like camera screen. So wasn't really too... I wasn't really sure about, you know, just showing my phone on the screen. And it seemed like it was, you know, too big and I wasn't able to really crop it too easy, because it was going to be like my whole... include like the little bit of the side sync, which I had to use. Which didn't make it too practical. I felt like you would lose stuff. Like I have to like totally reorganize, you know, my whole... Yeah, it's looking pretty good. My whole setup, like I might have to set up these properties in a different way or something else. I'll just be looking at my screen here the whole time and just kind of looking over to you, maybe. I don't know. Because I don't know if I want to... It's up to like if I want to invest in like a $40–50 webcam just to be disappointed later. You know, if you guys don't want it, you know, it'd be right now or before I get it to say, give your opinion on that. Yeah. So I'm going to go in and control, just F8, make these graphics. Come on down here. This is Chibi. I will copy it so I don't have to write that over and over. Here. We're just going to go in. I pressed the wrong button. Oof. And I don't really need to make this a lot of these don't have to be symbols. I just created something called symbol. There it is. Oh yeah. These are blush. This is Derpy Chibi mouth. So now these are symbols. Once I get that ready, then I can go in. It thinks it's its shape, but it's a symbol here. Weird. And it's like it's backwards. What? That's so weird. Whoa. Never seen that before. Boop. Anyway. That works out. We're all good. Okay. Nose doesn't have to be a symbol. I'm only making symbols of things that will probably move. Ow. Oh yeah, haven't made the LP yet. I was just working on this. I thought this might be a bit quicker. I should probably work on that. Anyway, we got this going on. So yay, we got that all colored in. Woo! I'll move on to the layout now. Alright, cool. Because I was like gonna have finished this in an adjuster and add motion to our hair, having like 2 or 3 frames of the hair flopping around. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a fun tutorial of how to make these kind of symbols. How to make little flash characters. Pretty simple. Okay. There she is in bed. Okay. Because I was gonna, my original plan plan was to actually do something else. I was gonna do a different project entirely. But wasn't quite able to do that. Okay. Problem is that this is set to stream. I'll put it to event and hopefully, yes. Okay, I won't hear it. Whew. It's so loud actually and distracting. So this is layout. So I want to now start drawing in bits. So want to know how to do this. So I might trying to think of what kind of art style I want for these kind of backgrounds. My original kind of idea of how I wanted to kind of draw this was kind of like, remember guys, Caillou, that kind of TV show with the little kid? They're like, their backgrounds were like kind of painted in and kind of almost, and it kind of felt like there was kind of like this weird vignette of kind of things, kind of like it was kind of painted in, and it would be like this kind of thing, and then outside of here will be white, and then everything inside would be colored in, and then the characters would be above this, it seemed like. So I want to kind of go from something like that, was kind of like our original vision, at least for a couple of these shots. So I mean, I can have, you know, just this practically. I can use this and kind of make a vignette. Vignette is a, not sure the exact definition of it, because I should have looked that up, but it's more of a, what I think is more of like a kind of like reverse kind of mask, where it kind of shows things that are inside of here, inside of the subject. So this would actually be white, and then everything inside it will be painted in. And I might use Photoshop, or maybe Illustrator might have a couple of these kind of features, because otherwise, you know, I'll just get these, that's the same layer, so don't do that, because the basic, you know, Flash doesn't look like a paint kind of look. That just looks very mechanical and very it's boring. But there's other ways to draw. Let me see, why? There's this paint brush tool, which has a different kind of texture to it. I can add, there's this boring antline thing. Then there's also different other types where I can add this. We got arrows, and it loads it in real slow, like these really fun ones like chalk. Has a brush that I'm kind of going for. Line art, basic, kind of these where it has different widths as you go. All these fun stuff that they added. That's kind of like I wanted to use the newest version of Flash or Animate, because it'll include this brush library. Was actually a very new feature. So I was gonna add this shock, and it should already be lined up in there, but maybe I'll just make it a bit bigger. I'm using the wrong one. Make this about really big and squish it. Yeah. So now you can see, like, that looks way better than something like that. Well, this one has real texture to it. But I don't know if it's gonna be enough to really sell it. And Paint is using real paint has a much more kind of blurry kind of look. Like it's not very that smooth. That chalk seems more kind of forced and seems very thin, I guess. That's kind of what I'm going for. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm having to think about right now. You know, if I start drawing this, like, should I draw it with the brush or the paintbrush or the pen tool, or use Photoshop for that kind of stuff? So I mean, I can, for now, just draw like a temp. I think that might be just fine. So I will draw here. I think I'll just draw with the regular brush tool for what I want. Yeah, I'll just get into it with this. This is kind of how cartoonists do, where you've probably seen some kind of errors, like animation errors kind of videos, compilations, and you would see something that would have these extra lines that kind of go further out than they should, and that's because if you've seen it in a cartoon, that means that they misread their guides. There's like this standard TV guide of how big, you know, you can, like if this was your, oh, it's a drawing object, okay. If this is your pretty much your stage, kind of, and it's a bit hard to explain right now. Of when artists, cartoonists, you know, in the olden times, they would like 20, 30, 40 years ago, they would have this square kind of thing to tell them how big their cameras would see, how much the cameras would register, and of course they would have a little bit more extra, because I don't know exactly why, but if you see, you know, a cartoon and there are coming in and they're like hello, and their leg is kind of coming out, and you can kind of see, you know, that their arm will go off the screen, and they'll just draw over it for some reason. So I'm probably not explaining this as best I can, but I believe it's all true. So I just want to explain why it's okay for me to draw and include these little bits that are off screen, because I know when I click this button, clip content outside of frame, this is as much as you will see when it's exported. So I didn't want any confusion of that. And that's that. This button is actually new for Animate. Like older versions, like people still probably use like older versions of Flash for a lot of stuff. So there's a lot more features that are really nice. That when I was starting out, like with CS6, which is like probably 4 or 5 years old now, it didn't have this button. So there's no easy way to see. It didn't have this like black outline either. So I had no clue of like, if I had like a big background, like I can go here. If I had like a big background that would like cover everything, like this, it wouldn't have this black box here that's right here. So I wouldn't know how big, you know, my stage was. So I'd have to like, with CS6 and, you know, between it, I would have to add rulers, and I would have rulers, and then these would create little lines to, you know, as a ruler, and I had to like carefully add these little very faint blue lines now to say how big my square was for my stage, just so I knew how big this box was. So I'm very glad that Animate and newer versions would have when you have something that crosses over the stage, you can still see how big your boundary box is. So that's kind of the newer version of that smaller box that I told you about earlier. So enough of that. That was a little animation history lesson there. Yeah, I didn't really thought I'd get too far into that. So I just wanted to add, this is gonna look like very third grade kind of art style right now. I just want to figure out kind of, it's more of a color guide, not even that really, just a little shapes, so I don't have to like totally rely on the storyboards. Have something between the storyboards and final art. If I was just, on my own, I would spend much more time probably final fixing it out, finding what I want to use. Go back to here. So I might just use the brush tool even here for just picking random colors really as I go. But maybe I want to, for now, try to choose something, maybe like a natural color, for like a house color. Looks good. That's like her hair color. And I'll lock everything that's not that. And then I'm reading chat. Oh, that's a good idea with the different kind of art styles you're saying. Sorry, so yeah, I've talked about, there she is. Yep. So I'm now trying to remember and try to draw more straight lines. Right there. I have to draw straight lines up and down. Okay. So I'm trying to remember, besides just this basic thing, so I might want to close everything there. Remember what kind of a house it can be. So, see if this is a little bit different. Use a different color here. And just kind of block things in of how I want it to look. And I'm thinking this might be like a front view of a house. So, try to go for something like that. And just kind of build things in as I go. This isn't going to be too perfect, and it's not even going to close right now. Oh no. That's good. Okay. Boop. And then this is definitely not final art right now that I'm doing. It's more just blocking it in just for time's sakes here. Time's sakes. So so we can kind of, I guess, move on with something like that. And there might be a little, not too happy with windows in the front. Not too many houses have that. I might be totally mistaken. That's just probably a million houses that have windows on the front, because you want to see who's coming at the door. That's why I got the little peephole though in the front of the house, on the front door. And I like having very contrast colors on top of each other while it's I guess under construction right now. And then I'll just kind of carefully look around and see what kind of colors look good and don't. I'm not too happy with that. So I'm looking a bit saturated down color. A little more orange, make it a bit more brown that way. And now I have a kind of there. When I add this and that, now I can see that it's in this kind of misty, kind of weird realm. And I might just make this into a symbol right now as I go along. And I'm not going to be able to spell vignette, so I'll just call it Vin. Or else I might spell vinaigrette somehow. This is kind of how I work, where it's like, okay, that kind of worked, but that's not exactly what I want now. So I'm going to go to properties. I'm going to change it. I'm going to go in here make this shape into, and this is gonna be movie clip. Okay, now this is a movie clip. That's what I wanted, and make it a blur. Make it a little bit, yeah. So just kind of make this. We can, and the beauty of this now is that this is now a symbol, and it has a blur effect applied to it inside it. So now when I add it to other scenes, it'll still have this, and I won't have to worry about it as much. I'm seeing now that the house is a bit off center, and now I can just kind of lay it out a little bit easier than where I want it. And the storyboards, now we can check the storyboards, so like it just moves up, so there's no left and right boringness about here. I don't want to keep you too long, but I feel like this might take stuff like this, because this is about a minute and a half, or how long is it? Sorry, this is about 88 seconds or so, 87. Really, like 80 seconds, so it's less than a minute and a half, so, of like 5-second shots. So, yeah. I don't know if I want to do the whole layout, you know, just adding color like this to the whole way and stream it, or just leave it kind of like unfinished, and you kind of get the idea as I go along too. And interiors and houses are very tricky, especially when I don't really have anything to determine right now of what I want. I'm wondering why. Oh, because it's underneath the storyboard. I was wondering why this line didn't get cut off by this vignette that is over it. It's purple, and over here it should be covering it, but because this is underneath there. Yeah. I'm gonna drink some water a little bit. I don't want you to hear that for a little bit, so hang out for a little bit, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, yeah, just drink some water. And it would have been sort of gross to hear me swallow a bit, so I spared you of that. This is their bedroom, and the storyboard that we got. How do I get rid of her? Nope, there. So she's there. Then she wakes up. So now with my layout, again, I might trace it and then kind of change it as I go. Like there might be a window there. Like there's so many possibilities for this, because there's no, you know, set for the Equestria Girls Derpy house. Like there's nothing official for that really, unless there is, which that I'd love to see that. Okay, let's move into it. Right ho. I will just kind of do the same thing of adding obnoxious colors. And let me just get this text for a bit. Okay. Nothing concerning me right now. Trying to figure out which way. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I'll hold shift to make a very straight line, and that'll be our floor to our house here. And just so I can kind of feel the perspective of it, I'll just kind of do something like that. Alright. Boop. Okay. Now I know that because even if it's cropped in final, having the perspective of the floor sort of helps me even if you can't see it fully in the shot. I'm on the wrong button. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm just getting flustered that I feel like I'm running out of time, even if it's not. Because it's more just doing the same thing more. She lives in a muffin shop? Oh. Can you give me is there any real sources to that, or is that just your little request, I guess? That's floor. I want wall. That's kind of the same thing, but just more upright. More obnoxious colors. Go. Okay. Yeah, I don't really have any more stories yet. I would definitely just kind of go on my own pace like this. And I wouldn't try and do it like this. I would try to, if there is a real set from the show, I would probably take some screenshots of it and just kind of like eyedropper, which is taking the colors from it and plugging them in. But for now, this is really the hardest part because I'm not too good with interiors. I know this bed's gonna be off. And I might add the little fun window. That'll be red. Just I can place it in. Like that. Okay. I'm just gonna, use these very basic shapes to see how things work together without spending the whole hour figuring out this window and then saying, maybe there shouldn't be a window here, kind of deal. Ooh. Okay, you're assuming. Do the coloring off stream and next time do the next step because it was just coloring and stuff. It's not different than drawing stream, which is what it was. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, and as I said earlier, that I didn't mean to really stream this particular project at this moment. It just kind of happened because I was planning to do a friend's work. I don't know if he wants me to shout him out right now. Daddy's having a bit of trouble with his personal life, so I wanted to start animating on his project that we got going on. But yeah, he said don't do it today, so I really don't have anything else ready, so I was just gonna work on this, which I mean that was fun making the chibi, but yeah, this kind of work isn't as fun to watch, I guess. Yeah, you're right there. So I just wanted to have something so I can see if viewership is what days the viewership is good, get some analytics there, like if Wednesday is like 2 or 3 times more viewable, like people watch that more, then maybe I'll use that kind of analytics and see when I should upload or stream more often. So it was a bit tricky today, figuring out, kind of scrambling and say like, well, what should I be doing today to continue this trend and kind of keep relevancy with these streams. And I kind of, I promised on whatever last stream day that I would stream today, so that's part of it, that I meant to do another thing, which honestly now I can't tell if I will be able to stream the other guy's project that I'm working with. And so I'm working on like a couple things right now. I'm I mean, more than just, you know, this project. It's working on this project, the movie, the Paper Derpy movie. Working on commissions vectors with another guy, and I'm working on 2 group projects. One's been going on for like over a year, which doesn't really say much, as I haven't really been too productive with it, really. So, ooh, now we can see like that's looking pretty. That's pretty dope. I really like this vignette thing. I'm feeling like this top corner is a bit much, so yeah. And there we go. Incident. And that'll change to even this scene too, which you can't totally see, but yeah. But now, because I have the vignette, now I can kind of lay out and see like maybe its window was a bit too big or too wide or something. So yeah. Yeah, so the other group project that I wasn't planning on streaming today wasn't quite prepared to start showing it off, as I wasn't quite prepared to actually do anything worthwhile with it yet. We're working with another guy who's doing storyboards, so, and I'm doing the animatic, so that's just taking a while, because I could do the animatic and plug his storyboards in much quicker than it can draw them. And he's having computer troubles as well, so that's slowing down us just a little bit. So nothing too major. We've only been going for like for about a month or so with that project. And the project that I'm working on, that I wanted to share today with the other guy, I've been the animator, and basically I haven't done as much work. Like I haven't done the storyboards or anything else with him, so it's just been rough, as I haven't really had too much time to work on it, and now I feel like I'm not able to share it with you, so I just have to scramble and do this, which is still fun, but because I wanted it to be a bit more chat oriented, you know, so a bit bummed out that this is boring to watch. But I hope that our little commentary here is fun. I'm gonna copy these 2 things over there just to save time as we go along. Okay. Because there's a lot of creative decisions about doing this. Like, do I want a sky? And I'm having to think a lot more, and that's, I don't know, that sounds kind of boring. Like, sky, huh? Yeah. Should it just be black, huh? Good thing about swimming is that it's still a place where we can meet. Yeah. It's just a bit disappointing when everyone starts to slowly drop out. And it's like, oh, yeah. No one wants to hang around because the content's boring. So, like, we went down about 10 people or 5 people. So, because we started with like 7 or so, now we're down to like 4 or 5. Okay. But yeah, if there's any more questions, or you can talk to each other, chat, that'll line me up as we get going. And I'm usually a bit slow with this, with just working stuff. So, we'll be seeing too much here. Trips. And runs off. And I don't really want to make too many hard decisions right now, as we're just in layout. and I feel like even just making the house might take a couple hours to like really draw well. And this will be even worse. Look how many things I have to draw here. This is this is a nightmare, really. But having fun. It's a nice break from what I've been usually putting out with my what I would say the cutout kind of style. With the last 4 or 5 videos I've been putting out in that kind of style. So wanted to keeping a different kind of style with the Crescent Girls and this anime look, which I'm not even sure how I'm gonna animate it either. I'm having her mouth open just to separate herself from this other version here, so I know which one I'm looking at, because these don't have their mouth open, but this one does, so I know like this is a bit different one, and I had to like draw this mouth, which has different. I've only drawn 3 mouths so far, but they're looking good. And I can move the eye around where I can pretend I know what I'm doing. And I can move the eye around with just one object. So there we go. I can make her look alright. Yeah. That just looks wrong. So what I usually do is like having, you know, kind of get it good, and then have one eye kind of look where she should be going, and then one eye just a little bit off. But the point is, you know, not to make her full chameleon like that, which might be fun sometimes. That's just an effect. Like she might be dizzy and she have like fully doesn't know what's going on, so I just kind of keep it sort of normal. And then just a little bit off, like only like 10% off from where normal should be. I'm noticing now that this highlight is on the left and this one's on the right. So I might actually, I'll make this one. I'll duplicate it and call it far, as it's farther away. And I'll just move this over here. Boop. So now it's over there. Of course, I guess I could have just flipped it, like the whole thing, instead of that. So I might actually just go back and make myself a bit easier. Okay. And then say boop. There we go. Because this is basically what I want to look at first. That looks way better. Can't believe I've never really noticed that. Okay. Yeah, if you're just joining, a couple of you are. Ooh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm working on the layout for this animation, which has just been really just drawing very, very crude pictures. And I made this color version of this little Chibi Derpy on a bubble, which will be part of another scene. So I'm just seeing what kind of works and what doesn't. And chat people, if you want to ask questions about me or to your other chat mates, that is totally okay. Just to keep me from talking for another hour or however long until everyone leaves, really. Which that shouldn't happen too long. You'll be here for a while, right? Okay. I'm gonna add the title. I guess why not? I guess I'll just use normal type here. And this will be, what do we call it? I might just, I had a name for it, but I think I'll just call it title for now. Not to keep it, you know, spoilers or anything, just that I actually forgot what I was gonna call it. and I'll call it title. Cool. Here's the graphic. And I could start animating this, but I don't really feel comfortable right now. It's kind of that things where I want it to be done a certain way, and I don't want people looking at it, kind of thing. I just want to be a bit more in the zone, and I don't want to be thinking about having good commentary while I do it. My throat is so bad right now. I might drink some more water, but even my water is pretty stale too. So hang out a bit while I drink some water. Okay, I should be back. Test, test. Boop, boop. Okay. I think I moved my mic a little bit. Maybe move it a bit closer here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm so tired. I don't know if I should take a break or... I think I'll just work on more easier. That's not an easier scene. Not as this is. That's easy. Okay. Get rid of... Where is she? There she is. Okay. So she's there. Maybe I should open... Hopefully it goes over there. Ooh. Someone's calling that phone. I'll let it ring. That. I'm looking through files. Finding the file I want. There you are. Did the chat break or no one's talking? Can't tell. Okay, now I'm opening a whole different project. Here's my script. And there you are. Okay, so I wanted this background. I guess just copy the colors. Is that what I wanted to do? Oh no. What am I doing? Okay. I know exactly what I'm doing. I just don't know it right now. So I have the window there. So I'm gonna make thing there. And because of the vignette, which isn't here. Where is it? Is this vignette? Here's vignette. Maybe it should be on... Well, it shouldn't be on top of everything. But it should, you know, be in every scene. So I can add that. This is kind of the boring of having to edit all these scenes with just little bits of that. A little bit. There you are. Okay. Chat's not dead. Cool. See, that's looking much better. That looks great. Adding that little cloud mist. And there you go. This will turn out pretty cool. And once I add the textured backgrounds I'm thinking about, which I might use Photoshop and hope I haven't really used Photoshop in a while, so I hope there's like a brush kind of tool. Or I could hopefully use those other tools, maybe in Flash, which has the a little bit of texture, and then just have to like blur every every background. And by blur the background will make a softer look, and to the skies that I probably just scribbled a bunch to create some shots. So I'm just gonna add it to add the vignette to every shot, and if I decide to not have the vignette, then it'll be easy to get rid of it than to because if there was no keyframes for each shot and I've wanted to get rid of a vignette for one shot, it'll just look like this anyway, so might as well just add them all in and then see which ones I don't want to add it to. So just gonna put them in every shot and that should be it. Okay. So once I add color backgrounds, I can kind of get a sense of what everything will look like. I'm stretching. Ugh. Yeah, I might only go for maybe like another half hour or so. Oh geez, I had the sound on. Okay. So we got that. We're running out. We got the storyboards going on. Okay. Yeah, and we said this one. I wanted to figure out what I want to do. What am I tired for? I don't know. Oops. Okay. Sorry about that. Am I good? I feel louder. Okay. Let me just lay out the window. And I gotta add some kind of rough here. Make that red so I can see it. Okay. And what color should the window be? Boop. Good. Alright. It's not that I'm not caring, it's just I don't know. It's a bit exhausting. I've already worked like an hour earlier before I started, so almost 2 hours. I've been working for about 3 hours, which is a lot. I'm sure, like, you know, whatever normal work hours, like 9 to 5 or something. But it's kind of, I won't say like creative work is more exhausting, but it feels like it. I think I did the wrong bit. Okay. Now it should just be that. Okay. But I can't see it. There we go. Okay. That's not right. Meow. That's a nice window. It's kind of the right color that I'm looking for. And I'll add the shininess and those bits. Okay. Here's the shiny bit to show that it has glass in it, which will be a bit lighter than the rest of it. Okay. Oh, this looks, I don't know, just having that little bit of vignette looks really cool. And the fun bit is, if I wanted the character to be in front of the vignette, as simple as moving it up, and because it's there, and now she's in front of the vignette, whatever I want to call the vignette. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Might have her underneath it to keep her like trapped inside, or some sort of metaphor or something inside of it. Inside these walls. Might have this be a little bigger. And then bring this back in. Not too happy with the shape here. Alright. Wasn't quite into it yet. Huh. Maybe I'll just save it. That wasn't me. Oh, it's saving for recovery. How nice. There we go. This is mostly what the work usually looks like. It's mostly me just going, why is that not working? And then trying to find ways to fix it. That's why most of these, I was going to say like why they don't take long, but they too take a while. Like more normal videos, I remember like in the past when the evolution of like how long a video would take would be like from like a couple hours to now to like a couple days to like a week. And now some of these videos are taking 2 or 3 weeks to make, so they are taking longer. I'm just being more ambitious and trying new stuff, so trying to get out of my comfort zone, which this definitely is, so I'm happy with that. And this is looking pretty good too. Is this fully opacity? I guess I should have it full opacity in case there's something that I'm trying to hide back here. I might, just for now, see what it looks like at half opacity. Oh yeah, that's weird. That's like a weird fog instead of having it be like a book, like it's being painted in. Okay. That was have to like probably blur it. It's probably better. That's way too blurry. But on a high quality. Okay. So it's just more about trial and error than anything else, really. So that's looking pretty good. And then the storyboards say that she wakes up, and then looks through the window and then zooms in, and that's where the Chibi, this Chibi version comes in. So, but I can try and complete this with all the symbols before we head out and put her in. That might be the last thing I do, because I don't think there'll be anything else really worthwhile showing off. So that's not good. And when it's been like 2 hours, you won't be like, oh no, I'm not getting what I came here for, which I'm not sure quite that is. Cause I'm just getting really exhausted. Oh yeah, I wanted to add something before I start that. Okay. You guys are in chat suggesting things to be in the space bit. Ah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I'll have to think about what to put in there. I mean, I do like having cameos and stuff, but not just to be like, hey, look at this, it's a cameo that I thought of. I just gotta be a bit more smart, kind of bit. And not to say like, I'm not smart, what am I doing? Yeah. Like with the Halloween one, that was like a really kind of, I mean, that was a bit special, because it's like, I could put whatever kind of stuff I want, and I haven't really seen too many comments of like listing everything yet, so that's a bit fun too. That's like, I still maybe got some of you guys that you don't really know what I drew, which also kind of concerns me that you didn't quite get maybe what I was going for. So yeah, Halloween one was really fun to make. It just took a long time to obviously get all those ponies dressed up and trying to make it seem like they were dressed up and not just, you know, using like their exact hair colors and stuff, and trying to make it seem like they were cosplaying ponies than being the actual character themselves. yeah, that's why I'm not gonna, you know, write down what you're writing, what you're saying, with like putting the all the what are you saying? Planet Express, Satellite of Love. Free snacks. Yeah, I don't have any free snacks. I have some Pop-Tarts on my table right now on my desk, but I'm not sure how to beam those beam food over the internet yet. Send it to you. Trying to grab this bit. Yeah. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Or you can just do that. Yeah, this is mostly the bit where it's why isn't this working bit? Just trying to grab this tiny handle, which I think they should update it to make these anchors be a little bit bigger, because it's like 2 pixels. I mean, really, for how much margin of error for these anchor dangles to be is just insane. Like, you have to be exact, and there's not any anchors near it, and if you just barely miss it, it should just magnet it to it. Okay, even then, it's not even what I'm looking for. Trying to make it more smooth. Okay. That's alright. It adds a little bit more outline and punch to it. Okay, hopefully I can just what? Oh. That was for that. So I'll move that down here then. Sorry. Trying to figure it out. So here's lashes, pupil, highlight, outline. And then lashes, pupil, highlight, and then outline. And then transform, flip it horizontally, and then just match it up. Boop. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit thinner. What? Okay. Cool. I didn't have to redraw that. And that is outline. The outline for the eye. Okay. That might have made a weird noise. I don't know why I'm so out of breath. I think I'm just trying to wrap this up, but I know there's a lot of stuff to do here. That's all good. So I wanted to also have the whole head, not collar, all this to be inside of another symbol. I'm using my hands to compartmentalize everything here into one symbol, and then I can move just the outer symbol of everything together. Okay, copy, insert new symbol, DP, Chibi, head, all. It's important to have all the symbols be labeled, so if you ever need, you know, a head, you can go to this library here, the library panel, and say I want head, and now I can have all my heads and they're all labeled. That's been different. Okay, but here's a head and I can reuse it. So if there was a bigger project with a lot of stuff, which usually happens, I usually do look at the library and type some kind of keyword in for what I want. It just makes a bit easier than looking through. Like even here, there's 45 symbols to search through if I wanted one of them. Okay. Yeah, head. good. Now I can delete all these layers, and because we still have the head, if I double click inside, I'm inside the head, and now we have all those layers again. So makes it a bit simpler to handle. So I can then work on the rest of the body, which is the body. This is color. How's the sound going? I kind of moved it around a bit, so not sure if I'm loud enough or not. This is arm. Okay, I'm gonna move the little dot to say where I want the center of rotation to be. This is DP Chibi. And I add the rest of it, like the DP Chibi, in case I need a DP thing, and it's a Chibi. So it's just my own kind of sorting system with the library tie and what it is. And as I go, it's probably best to move the center rotation around. It's probably, you know, you could probably do that later, but for this kind of demo, I might just have it right now. TP Chibi. Shirt, torso. I think I've been calling them torsos. Oh yeah, I called it torso. I wasn't even looking over on the left. Okay. Yeah, rigging. That's what you're saying. Star study, yeah. I mean, it's not as bad as 3D rigging, where I'm just literally just taking it and labeling it. With 3D rigging, you have to add bones and stuff, which I don't add bones. Skirt, skirt, skirt. There's no bones in my Symbols and Puppets. That's the thing. But of course, without bones, it makes it sort of tricky to move things around. Because if you want to move, if you have like a full rig, you would have the arm, the upper arm, the wrist, maybe, and you would have to move each of those independently. So it is a trade-off of which one to use, 2D or 3D, or bones or no bones. This works pretty well for me because it makes me, and because bones don't really work in Flash too well, they tend to break a bunch. Like, I haven't even tried it in a while to even give a good example of the last time I used them. Far. So, yeah, that's how much, you know, bones work in Flash or Animate. Boneless pizza, would love that. Sounds pretty good. Hair behind, that's really one of the last ones. Nearing it. Chibi. I'd like to be as specific as possible with the least amount of words. So this is hair behind, as it's the hair that's behind everything else. And it should be the bubble. Okay. And that should be just about it. Bubble? Should I just go like that? Sure. Because that's her bubble. Okay. And then that's my sketch, and then my 3 sketch layers. So now we have this. Okay. So this will be more moving around stuff. Gotta work. Okay. So might add a little bit of shadow too. That'd be fun. Where's Bubble? Oh, it's this one. Wow, okay. Use more, you're saying more detail? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, before just plopping into the rest of it, into the scene, I might work on it a bit more. Okay, so What I like to do is just have something, you know, the free flowing. It's like a pen, free flowing pen. So I'll just kind of go around, kind of see. Yeah. And then we say, wait, where did it go? Okay. And kind of clip that, and clip that. Okay. It looks plain and flat. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the point, to be kind of flat. How do I say? There we go. Okay, I was in a different menu. Would bubbles cast the shadow if something's on it? This one does. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to... I should just make all of this graphic. Okay, you're saying to add a texture or add some shine. That's a good idea. Okay. Let me collapse all this, so I should make this shadow thingy. Just for fun. Probably doesn't need to be. Like, I probably won't be actively animating it. Nope. Always do that. It's right next to each other. Okay. So this will be DP for Chibi. I mean, all. And then paste, layers, and there they are. And for some reason the camera doesn't want to focus on her. Now we can play with her in weird space. Oh no, I forgot the bubble. I can add that. Ah, okay. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to double click inside here. Shadow. See if this works. Ha ha ha! I did Control Shift V, which pastes it in place. And it places it where I wanted it. Cool. Okay. Whew. So I can probably add like a million more details to her. And wanted there to be like kind of looking up and have her hand there. Okay. So now I'm just kind of posing it and seeing just how many symbols I made. Wow. Okay. Might try and skew some of these. Find her neck. So I'm just kind of posing it to see what kind of angles and stuff I want to put her at. Because I wanted to like look at the environment around her. So I have to select everything and just kind of morph, transform, scale and all that. See if it kind of works or doesn't. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Cool. Now I can go back and now we're in weird space. I don't know. Okay. That was weird. It's like the camera kind of resetted to different plane. Different position. Okay. TP should be. Yep. Okay. That should be all. Delete the layers, and now we're back to a really short thing here. Now there's all of them all hanging out together. Don't really need these sketches, but there they are. Okay. Now I'll go in, and if I wanted, I can add the two tones again. I just wanted the, you know, to get the base of it pretty good. I mean, that's kind of, you know, how you draw. Normally, you would kind of start out with the basic shapes, and then, like, you remember how to, all those how to draw books, like where they say like how to draw a gorilla, you would say draw some ovals and squares, and then build on top of that over and over. Just keep building on top of your base as you go. So that's kind of what I've been doing this whole time. Is this kind of stuff is I built I had those sketches, and then I drew very clean vectors of that, and I posed them, and then now I'm gonna go into the hair now and then add more details on top of that. So it's just iterations and adding more detail as we go. So if I go back here, you know, we can see like this is looking pretty good, but you know, stuff like this is just a base, and then I can say like, okay, now I have a feeling of what the general tone is of what I'm looking for, and what kind of shapes, kind of what sizes and stuff are, and then I'll draw on top of that maybe, or try something different. So nothing's really done. Really, it's just, you know, at a different phase of how many times you really want to go in and clean it up. Yeah. So right now I might just kind of trace this to get the right shape easier, or it might be playing around with it a bit too much. Okay, don't think I got it. Okay, got it. Ta-da! Animate a new layer, and I kind of put it in the same place because I kind of tilted her head a bit. I'll adjust it for that, and something like that. Okay. And we'll figure out why it's like that. There we go. It was like stuck in a shape mode, and I didn't want that. Okay. So I'll just start drawing all these two-tone layers and kind of basic shading, which is kind of what the other one had. So it's sort of copying it because it should be the same sort of character, just a little different here. It's a bit different art style, definitely. Okay. And I mean, I work sort of fast because I usually have a very specific vision of what I want, and it's more just kind of fiddling around with all the different anchor points here and saying, okay, I need you to be here to make it look good, and I need you to be over here, and you need to be angled it that way to make it look better. So it's more just, you know, practice and instinct to get good at something like this. There's no, this is the right way to do it kind of thing. It's more just how you approach it. So, not too many tips I can give for this kind of stuff. But, just use, you know, general knowledge of light and, figure out the direction of where the light's coming from, where it would hit, and then decide where the shadows and highlights would be from that. So I might go in, trying to select this hair. It was on a different symbol. Forgot about that. Okay. Now I'm seeing that this is a bit awkward. So I'll just kind of flub it out. Okay. Ooh, blushies. That's gotta be important to our characters, I suppose. So I'll add that. That might be the thing that's missing. Oh man, it's not the movie clip version. I had to steal it from here. Yep. Nope. Where is it? Oh, that's part of her. Now it's gone. Oh, there it is. Okay. Inside head again. Now we'll add a bit. Yeah, and it looks. Oh man, little rosy cheeks. Just add that little flare. And I blurred the heck out of it too to make it not as noticeable. That just made very. So again, these are just, you know, crude scribbles that if you add enough effects to it, it looks alright. Okay. I'm thinking this needs to be more flat than that. And I go zoom in and out a lot with this, so if you ever get like little motion sickness or anything like that, I'm sorry. This is about as fast as I zoom in and out a lot. Looks like the zoom's not working. There we go. Let's see, there's a couple more details of the eye, but I want it to be simplified, so I'm not gonna make it too. There we go. For some reason my zoom button wasn't working. It's like my Z button is now my control button. Oh, I just have my chair on my control button. Okay, never mind. My fault. Okay, and that's looking better. Where am I though? I'm inside head. I was able to tell because this bit thing. I want to move you over here. Go over here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Not talking too much or anything interesting, because I mean, this really isn't too interesting and anything else to say. There's not. Oh, we got 5 people watching right now. Do you have any questions or any requests? Like anything you want me to? Anything you want to see? I have a lot of other projects and stuff going on. Or just other general questions for me while we're putting all this together. Yep. Like you want to see, like, how did you do some technical thing, maybe? Probably the easiest. Or anything else. Whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Nope. Nope, it's just broken now. Okay. Okay. So what do you have? Oh, you have eyebrows. Forgot about that. That's my credit card number. Well, I did get a new one like a couple months ago. Do you want the old one then? Yeah, you could probably have that one. Want me to like Skype you that or something? You want to make it a fair deal and tell me what yours is first? And then we could be pen pals with credit cards. Oops. Yeah, this is a bit fiddly doing this. Yeah. Okay. I wanted. Oh. And zooming in. Oh. Wait. Oh, okay. Wow, that's really dumb. So if I have it in reduce mode, I guess, and if I hold the control button, or alt button, which changes it, it then changes it to be plus. But I have it in plus mode, and the whole alt, I'll go back out. Oof. Yeah. Whatever. Oh. Can I just say this is amazing? Ah, thanks, Squirty. You're probably the best too. Chibi don't have eyebrows? What? Maybe I should research that. We'll add that later then. Okay. And it's kind of covering up with her hair, so I can cover up her hair to her over her eyes a little bit more to hide that then. Okay. There we go. And it's a little bit of a shadow that I added to this nose. Oh man, Pikachu's back. There's no Pikachu's. I had a Mimikyu in my Halloween episode. That's kind of the closest. I like Mimikyu a little bit better. Never really liked Pikachu as like a favorite Pokemon. Always like the grass starters. They're more fun. Probably gonna get hate on that. Let's see, I wanted to add a little more. I'm gonna add more shines like that one. Okay. Okay. I'll add a little bit less that. Kind of had the same kind of curve as this curve here, or I can just totally mess that up. Okay, kind of cover it before I do that. Cool. Okay, now that's looking good. Nice. That looks so off. There's no big shoes. Oh no. Still up. Yeah, finished. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, let's see. What's my favorite Pokemon? It's actually Farfetch'd. Yeah. Cause in I think it was X or something. They had a trade deal where some guy gave me a Farfetch'd, and I really liked him, and I actually leveled him up to like level 80 and brought him to the Elite Four, and we had a lot of fun. Yeah. So it's like now Farfetch'd is like my mascot to me, and I just love him. He's so cool. And there's no real reason why, really. You're talking to other chat member. Okay. Cool. That's looking okay. This isn't gonna look too delicious. Okay. Cool. Okay. And then add another swoop here. Boop. That's just simple. Looks like chat's having fun now that Pete's here. Looks like we got a new life on here. Even if there's like there's still only like 5 of us, but we're strong. We're sticking it out. Man, what? I've been streaming for 2.5 hours? Okay. Yeah, I said when I would finish this, I would end for the day. And then, you know, I'll work on the layout and actual work by myself. Yeah, because I didn't really plan on working on this today, so I wasn't really prepared to show this off at this stage. Yeah. Okay. That's looking good. And she's on a little bubble. Nice. Okay. Ugh. Gotta change this hair wave a little bit over here. Boop. Noise. Not really, it's not much different. Now it looks worse. Cool. Yeah, I had the problem of, should I have the hair, you know, actually be like a really long strand, or try to be really short? Now it's just like that. I think I'll redo it and just that. Boop. And just redo it like that. There we go. Or not. Got this green dot. No. Get out of there. What's even going on? No. Okay. You can go back to your home. Over here. Are you connected? Not really. There's a lot going on here. Oh my. Okay. So that's that. There's just a lot going on here. Huh. I should be reading the chat. Oh, that should just fix itself. Okay, cool. Okay. Cool. Oh, right. I was gonna add a little bit of texture hair in here. Kind of like, oh, right. No, I changed it in this one. Where'd I put it? She's in bed. Picks up, chips goes out. Can I see from here? Nope. Okay. You kind of see my different art styles there. I had this little golden wavy waves there. Think I'll add some there. Saving. Oh yeah, she has a little Sue there. Had to see how much you can see. Okay. Yeah, but oh yeah, okay, that looks good. Okay, so maybe where would the gloss kind of be? I'm just honestly doing it pretty random, but I think not too many will look pretty good. That's a lot. Using a little hair highlights. Can't see most of them. I'll add one more at the bottom here. Okay. This collar, we adjust it a little bit. Makes this tie a little bit lower. And this needs to be two-toned. Yeah. With maybe this color. There. Boop, boop, boop. A boop. Cool. Alright, we're getting there. Okay, that's, yeah, that's a bit more, just added a lot more detail there, makes it look cool. Much more shiny. Not sure if all the actual lights would work like that. Yeah, I'll be fine. Little nubs. I think she should have maybe one more nub somewhere. Just trying to zoom in and moved it. Make room for another nub. Boom. Now she has this, 2, 3, and then maybe a 4. Oh, this is looking gross. Cool. Nice. Okay. Bop. Now those really look like fingers and kind of freaking me out a little bit. Okay. Yeah, because there's just too many of them. So I should make them a bit shorter. That's probably the least effective way to do that. I think I should... I'm pretty happy with how this shape's coming out. Just bend it a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna Control A, modify shape, convert line to fills. So that makes that, remember how we had lines and then it would have a point here and point here? Now when I made it a fill, it has a point here and a point on the inside. Okay. So it looks wrong because I think this should be more like a triangle at the end here. Just make it a bit thinner. Even with this tablet, it makes it a bit tricky to select things. So I'm just gonna hopefully figure out how to thread this needle around. And this needle is this black outline. Ah. Yeah, the margin of error of selecting what you want is incredible. It's incredibly small. I mean, that's about as good as you gotta get, really. Try to smooth this. Oh, that looks... It's still too long, I feel. If I select all these and move these down, make them real nubs. Yeah, that's what I'm looking. Okay. What are those steps? This is looking great. Hello? Hello, guys. Nice. I was gonna say, is Mexico waking up now? And then I felt like an idiot. Okay. I will... And this kind of got a bit jank, but I feel if I just kind of wiggle it around until it looks flat, which should be good real soon. Okay. Yeah, it's just too many dots. Oh, you're messing it up. Okay. Problem is, with these dots now, is that they weren't... Their XY coordinates when I was trying to use the arrow keys were messed up. So, it was a bit tricky because I wanted to move maybe a point up, and if I press up on the D-pad with the arrow keys, it would have been moving right for some reason. Okay. That's alright. Maybe I should have 3. Well, it should also be a bit more, like, spread out. Because I think your hand should be... Your real hand would not have a thick finger like that. But you kind of get it, that it's, that it's been more flat out, while this is more bunched up. So, might try to get with the hand. I'll make a new keyframe, and then kind of go in and then try it again. Okay. What I usually do is try to use the brush tool first. And maybe bring this down a little bit. Boop. Yeah. Okay. Good night, Petey. Yeah, the thumb should be a bit out like that. How many fingers should you have? Not sure about this. Should be a finger out here. That kind of wraps up. What hand is that? That's her right hand. So the thumb, this is the thumb. Kinda like that. Well, that's gonna look a bit weird because they're a bit too far. Oh, that's alright. That looks better. I'll just have to work on the actual shape of the hand, the fingers. I think I'm onto it. Make a new layer again. And try this again. And then work on the form a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, this kind of happens a lot where you're like, that looks okay, and then it's like, no, it's could be better. But so instead of, what I could have done was taken this and then try to move every point around, but I thought it'd be easier to just go ahead and erase what I had. That's okay. Erase what I had and just start from scratch. Okay. And black. And just kind of move this around. Okay. Now I can play with these a bit more. Figure out the form. Remember what fingers look like. Because I sure don't. Okay. This. Moving these little lines with the little balls at the end is so tricky. Because you're not, I don't usually look directly at it when I try to select it, which also might be my fault or problem. So it's just hard to get it exact on it. I'm making these too big and chunky. So you can see like I'm just going back and forth and figuring out the general size of stuff and maybe bringing some parts in, parts out. Seeing what I like, and then moving it, that kind of principle, what I like to the other bits. Seeing how I can adjust one to help me figure out how to fix the other ones. Okay. And then always zooming out and seeing, okay, that looks gross. And then we go back in and then try to hopefully fix that. You feel like maybe collapsing it, and so you don't see that. Okay. Try to make it maybe shorter this way. Kind of migrate all of it over here. Of course, doing that, Flash is like, wait, no, it should bend the same way, right? The angle that you had before, it should be what it was before, right? That's what you want, right? And it's usually wrong, so it's like you have to then, if you want to move everything over, you want it to move everything one by one, Probably can't, so you have to carefully click it. And say, okay, I'm getting kind of close now to what I want with these dang fingers. Ah. Okay. Now I'm just adjusting it like that. Kind of skewing them. Give me these little stumps that are more spread out than compared to this one, which is like, well, okay. Might make this like 2.8 width to maybe match it up better. Okay. I'm sure it's not totally perfect. Oh man, I just checked the chat. We're all in Spanish. Cool. Yeah. Okay. That happened. I think that's pretty good. So I'll go back and say, okay, that was my sketch layer, so I don't need that. This is my hand. This is my arm. So now I can say, I don't want that or that. He's like, do you want this? Yes. Okay, and I could apply it to this one. Oh, because they're different. Okay, that didn't work. There we go. Boop. Oh, that's weird. Huh. So this one thinks that there's something over here. Huh? Oh, there was one little bit right there. Yeah, interesting. So now I got this, and I will have to flip it again, just so it doesn't look exact same. And we kind of show the little finger to show that it's resting her whole arm on it. Okay. And I might just take everything except the head and the arm and just kind of rotate it like that to really show she's really leaning that way. I'm putting a lot of effort into this one little gag here, but it's kind of what happens. Is like I might take this long on the other bits too, like the house and all the backgrounds. Like this might be the same amount of effort. Yeah, I kind of stopped reading chat because it kind of got a bit. I don't know if you're behaving in Spanish. Not sure even that's why it's even an option now. Like, how did that even start? Okay. I think we're good. I believe this is... That's 100%. Okay. I wanted to check the opacity of it. Okay. 250. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 50 minutes. And we got this. And it looks like a baby hand, which is fine. I mean, it's not like it's too weird. Right? I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish, I don't know what's going on. Oh man. This is like a different type of trolling, man. I mean, I suppose my streams never get too boring because everyone wants to troll me around. So, they always change it up too, which is interesting. So, but I've had like spammers, like regular spammers, which they just we'll say the same thing over and over. Okay. I'm thinking I want to add this little dark border around her face. So add that in. See where that take us. Boop. Or I could have done just that. Okay, that's a bit easier. Is it? Okay. How we doing? Okay. Yeah, I'm still not sure what the chat's talking about. So I'm using outline mode to kind of see where the rest of the symbols land with each other in relation. It's kind of like an X-ray mode in a way too. So I'm trying to getting kind of frustrated now that I'm just trying to grab this one line. Wasn't able to. Okay. Which means the ear needs to have that same thing, but I think I did that with the ear too on the other bit, so no problem. Here we go. Whoosh. And delete the line. And hopefully that looks not too good. I think I missed my mark. Here, kind of drag it in. Ooh, I can triangle it up here. Yeah, okay. That's fine, it's just the layering of it. It's off. Okay. Yeah, just that a little bit. Adds a tiny bit of dimension to it. Really looks like it has more depth to it. Cool. Get a skate this over here. Cool. I mean, she's wearing like weird. Looks like she doesn't have really any legs. Let's make those a bit longer. And their legs, so they should be a bit closer together. Okay. Whoop. Move the shadow over. Okay. Coolio. How we doing? When I say that, I'm looking at the chat. And if there's anything you see that's like, hey, why have 4 fingers kind of thing? Maybe you have 3. Oh no, you're still figuring out Spanish stuff. Okay. Well, we're rounding up on 3 hours. So, not sure if I really can actually physically. Oh no. My hands are grabbing. So that's happening. Because it's on loop. Boop. Play once. Actually, single frame. Yeah, single frame on frame 2. Because I wanted frame 2 better. Okay. Good. Oh, well, now you're asking me a question that's in Spanish, but you also highlighted my name, so I guess I'll have to translate that myself. Oh, do you even understand what he's saying? Oh, that's what actually you said. Start studying? No. But why did you are you Spanish too? I don't understand. I mean, this is interesting. Never seen this before. Where the chat is like, I mean, let me back it up and see who started it. Uh-oh. Okay. You started it a bit, and then you got mad, and then we don't know what's going on. Oh, man. Okay, and I caught up. Wow, that happened. Good going, chat. Okay. Yeah. I think it's pretty good. I think I'll add a bit opacity to? Well, let me see. Let me figure out what I'm doing. I'll make the background a different color, and then make this half opacity. Now as a bubble. Do you want the outline, or does it make it? I think having the outline makes it look good. Bring things down only a little bit, like 70%. Now we can see that it's a transparent bubble. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, and these frames are just the blinky bits here. So they're really nothing special. And you're brown. Okay. And that's the plushies there. You're there. And then you're just a line art. You're not actually a symbol. And then here's the chibi. Cool. Okay. I'll bring this back to whatever color this was. Okay. I'm not gonna add it to my actual file. I'll just have to load it. Trying to go too fast. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll watch this again. And if there's any final thoughts before I wrap this up, we can do that. And I'll stick around for maybe like 5 more minutes after I stop broadcasting. But yeah. So I hope to stream again on Wednesday, starting around the same time. So whatever 3 hours before was, I'll start again. And yeah, leave it up to you guys to ask any questions or anything else, any final comments as I play this again of what we got, which isn't too much, but you can see how much more work there is to do. So I hope to upload this in maybe a week or 2 or more. I'm trying not to add artificial deadlines to myself anymore, but I'll just let this play and see if there's anything else. Oh, do you want the sound? I can add that too. I'll shut up and have the sound of my, because I made this beautiful composition myself, or at least I talked about it earlier how complicated it was to get this going. Okay. For now, see ya.